and welcome back to the Amateur Baker. You're a bit high. Welcome to day 3 of Baker Day in February. Today we're going to be making Millionaires Shortbread. I'm sure this had like another name as well, but I can't remember what it is exactly. I've always called it Millionaires Shortbread, but I feel like it would be something different elsewhere. I think sometimes it might be called a caramel slice. I don't really know, but that's what we're going to be making today. We're going to do it all from scratch. So we're going to make the shortbread biscuit for the bottom. We're going to make the caramel. We're not going to make the chocolate because I can't do that. So we're going to melt the chocolate and we're going to put that on top as well. We're using the BBC Good Food recipe that I found online. First step is to preheat the oven to 180. So that's going on in the kitchen. And it says lightly grease and line a 20 to 22 centimetre square or rectangular baking tin with a lip of at least 3 centimetres. For some reason I didn't understand what that said then. My brain was reading it and it was like, what? I've got this one that's lined with some baking paper and some grease underneath it to keep it intact. I don't know what it means by lip. I'm assuming it means like the outside bit, but that's the one that we're using today. It says to make the shortbread, mix flour, caster sugar in a bowl. So here I've got 250 grams of plain flour. And in this one I have 75 grams of caster sugar, and then rub in 175 grams of softened butter until the mixture resembles fine breadcrumbs. So I've got 175 grams here. It looks like quite a lot, but it's just because I've spooned it on top. To rub it, it's best to use your fingertips, so I'm going to move the camera down and get mixing. It says that it needs to resemble fine breadcrumbs, but this is just not working. I feel like there's far too much butter to get it into breadcrumbs. So we're just going to tip it out and we're just going to get it into a dough. It's making me uncomfortable how much is stuck to my fingers. It does say once you've got it to a fine breadcrumb, you are meant to tip it out and get it into a dough. I would say that is very well combined now. It's rather sticky, but I think that's just because of how much butter is into the mixture. I think there is some sort of, I don't know, I'm going to stop talking now. Press into the base of a prepared tin. Hopefully it fits. This is not easy. Let's see. Yeah, that'll do. And that goes into the oven for about 20 minutes. Before it does go in the oven, you need to prick it with a fork, which I will do before I pop it in. I've just got greasy fingers from touching the dough so much. So I'm going to go wash my hands, prick the dough, and then pop it in the oven. What we are actually going to do, while the shortbread is cooking, we're going to make the caramel. Because as soon as the shortbread comes out, we'll be putting the caramel on top and then leaving it to chill. So to kill a bit of time, we will make the caramel. So I've got a saucepan. Don't bring the recipe in now. Okay, to make the caramel, place 100 grams of butter, 100 grams of light muscovado sugar and the can of condensed milk. I would love to know why they fill cans of condensed milk so full. Just a little stir to get it a bit incorporated, get it going. But we're literally just going to leave that for a second for it to all melt. It says to keep stirring so that the sugar doesn't get stuck to the bottom of the pan. This is kind of what we're working with. Slowly melting. I realise this is probably going to take quite a while, so the recipe states heat gently until the sugar is dissolved, continuously stir so no sugar sticks to the bottom, turn up the heat to a medium high and bring to the boil, and then lower the heat back to low, stirring continuously for about 5 to 10 minutes or until the mixture has thickened slightly. So I will check back in when it's probably done, and I'll be getting the shortbread out of the oven as well. about 3 hours. And I have the Millionaires Shortbread in front of me here with the caramel on top. Feels relatively set, but I'll be honest, I've kind of lost patience and I just want to get the chocolate on and in the fridge so that it can set. I have in this jug here 200 grams of chocolate melted. It says plain or milk chocolate, so dark or milk chocolate. And I've done a combination of both because I had a little bit left over of the dark chocolate and I thought I might as well just use it. So I'm going to pour this on top now. I've got my little silicone spatula thing to try and get all the chocolate out. A spatula would have been so much easier for this. That spread out quite nicely. I just licked the spoon and it tastes really nice. I know it's just chocolate melted, but because it's dark chocolate and milk chocolate together, it just tastes that little bit richer. So I'm going to pop this in the fridge for probably about an hour and a half, and then we'll check back in, probably cut it up and see how it is. So it's been about an hour and a half. I did take the Millionaires Shortbread out the fridge just to see how it was setting, and like the whole middle part of the chocolate had not set. But because I'm the most impatient person in the world, I thought I'll try to take it out the tin, because obviously I only put baking paper like one layer on, so the ends didn't have baking paper, and I thought it's probably going to stick, so I'll try and get it out. And it seemed really bendy, so I have a really bad feeling the shortbread is not cooked as much as it should be, because it just seems, I'm hoping that with the cold chocolate on top it's sort of like holding it in place, but I just don't think that the shortbread is cooked enough or that the caramel is set. So what I'm going to do is leave it in the tin for now, and I'm going to try cut it into squares so I can see properly if the shortbread is cooked or not. But like, if it's not, there's nothing I can do about it now, because it's got all of the layers on it and the chocolate has set. So it's not as if I can just whack the shortbread back in the oven for 5 minutes to try and cook it a bit more. So if it is undercooked, it's just gonna be undercooked. There's literally nothing that we can do. Okay, that chocolate is really set. Okay, feels alright. The caramel is kind of like pushing out a bit. Oh no. If you could see my face while trying to cut this, you'd laugh. Doesn't look the worst, does it? Let me get something to put it on. What I'm going to try to do, because the underneath of the baking paper is really greasy, where I put grease on it to try and stop it from coming back up. So I'm going to try like okay, we're going to do this piece by piece. It's made an absolute mess. Oh, I need to go wash my hands. That is probably the messiest Millionaire Shortbread that I have ever seen. But the layers look alright. I'm really not sure about the shortbread. It smells like broccoli. And I don't know why. Overall though, I think it's turned out alright. I'm not going to try it now. I think I'll save that for a little bit later because I'm just about to have dinner. I am kind of impressed. You can see the layers in it, and I think that's the most important thing for Millionaire Shortbread, is that you have all of those layers and they're sticking together all right. The chocolate's cracked on top, but I think that's just because it's so cold trying to cut it. That's Millionaire Shortbread for you. It is actually quite a bit of work doing this, but I think it does pay off in the end, so it does look pretty cool. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you recreate it, leave the shortbread in for the actual amount of time it specifies in the recipe, because I think I only did like 10 to 15 minutes and it says like 20 minutes. It's a big old slab of shortbread, so you know it needs to be in there for a while. So if you do make this, leave it in for the right amount of time. Like and subscribe if you liked the video and you want to see more. Obviously this is going on for the whole of February, so please subscribe so you can see all of the other videos that I'm going to do, and check out the playlist in case there's any that you have missed, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.